Hi, this is Rachelle, and I'm in the process of making this journal. This is what it is looking like so far. It is a junk journal, and the base of this is made with a paper bag. So I'm going to show you what I've done so far with this one. I still have to embellish it and add some final touches to it, but this is the base of it. This is what it looks like. It has pockets, tuck spots. For this spine area, this will be traveler's notebook style. So I have these two notebooks that will go here when the elastics are put in. Then we have more pages, flips, pockets, flips, and then this is the back cover that has a pocket. So again, this was made with one paper bag from the grocery store. You can see some of the markings here on the spine because I haven't covered the spine yet. So I wanted to show how to make this. I learned how to do this from another video. They were using the cover that they made to do mixed media, and also theirs did not have a spine. So this is the same grocery bag that I used to make the journal that I just showed you, and I'm going to show you how to make a base for a journal with it. I learned how to do this watching another video, which I will link to in the description box below. When she made hers, she made it without a spine really, and the spine was really small, I think, and she used it for mixed media, but I thought it made a good base for a junk journal since we're using, a paper bag, kind of upcycling it. This is not an exact science either. Paper bags are not perfectly squared. They're not exact. The folds are not necessarily as straight as they can be or squared either. So if you need something that's going to be exact, this might not work for you because this is not exact at all. But what you do is cut down the middle of the gusset. So where it folds in the middle on the side, you cut all the way down to the bottom of the bag, all the way down here. And then you cut this part open. So you cut along this line and down the middle of the gusset on both sides of the bag. So again, it's a little difficult to do that and stay in frame, but I'm going to do the best I can. And it's also difficult to keep the cutting straight because the bag is kind of big and difficult to hold at the desk. Okay, so then I'm just gonna cut the fold. You can cut inside the fold if you want, but I seem to have better luck cutting it this way. And then I'm just gonna go all the way across with that. See how I'm doing? I'm just cutting a slither off of the fold, trying to be as straight as I possibly can with it. And I can always come back later and clean things up. So that's how I opened that side up. Gonna do the same thing on the other side. Wow, that's so not straight. So I did a pretty bad job of cutting down that gusset. Let's see if I can do better at opening up the bottom piece. So once the sides are cut and open, this is kind of the shape that you have. So this was the original bag. Cut down the sides and open it up. So I'm not able to fit the whole thing in camera, but hopefully you can see what we have here. This is the bottom of the bag, and we opened up the two sides. The bottom of the bag is going to make the cover of the journal. On the other one, let's see, I think I used this side as the outside cover. So that is how I got these pockets here. You can see I cut the shape that's there. That's how these pockets came to be. This time I'm going to put this part on the inside. So since I want this part to be on the inside, I'm going to have that facing me. I'm going to take one side, oops, fold it over the bottom, and then bring this back towards me and fold it like that. And let's try and line this up as straight as we can get it. Increase it, okay? Then I'm going to do the same thing with the other side. This is the other side. I'm going to bring it over the piece that we just folded and fold it back and try to line it up as best as we can get it lined up. Again, it's not going to be perfect because the paper bag didn't start out being perfect. So our pages are going to be a little bit different. And I can trim all of that up later. All right. So this is the shape that we have. If that makes sense, this is the bottom of the bag. We have the side going in here and then this side coming over like this. Then you can fold it in half like so. And then you would start the beginnings of your book. Now in the original tutorial, what she did was kind of make a 1/4 inch spine here by drawing a line down on either side of the center and sewing it. I didn't sew mine. I just made sure that when I cut open, because you're going to have to cut open these pieces, I just made sure that when I cut them open, I did not cut over where my spine area was. So let's do it. I'm going to do a small spine. Let's do a small spine. So let's find the center and let's mark that center. I'm going to mark it on the outside because it's easier to see it. All right. So we found the center. And I'm going to go a 1/4 inch on either side because it's easy to see the 1/4 inch here. And that'll give us a 1/2 inch spine. So I'm drawing my line. Okay, so that's more of a spine than what I really want, but that is what it's going to look like. And this would be the outside. So I'm going to fold on those lines. As best as I can. So now to open up and make the pages, remember we folded things over. I am going to cut the pages open on the top and the bottom so that we'll have individual pages. So let's start here. This is actually a fold, 2 pieces folded together. I want to cut that open. So I'm going to start with cutting open the top fold, but I'm not going to go past where I drew that line. So I'm going up to the line. Then here's another fold on the inside here. I'm going to cut that one open. Again, I can do a better job cutting, but I'm just trying to show you here real quick. Okay. Then I'm going to do the same thing on the bottom on this side. So let's cut that open. And we're only going to the line. Come back and clean that up later. Same thing on the next piece. We're only going up to that line. And then you just repeat that on both sides, top and bottom, until you have all of the pages open. So we got a page here with a flap, page here with a flap, and you can fold the flap to either side, whichever side you want it on. If I want it on this side, I can fold it that side. turn that into a pocket if I want to. Same thing here and here. Then here's the center. So now I need to go on the other side and open up those pieces. And I can just open this up like this and cut it, but I just got to make sure that I'm cutting the right thing and that I am not cutting over the spine. Okay. So I've cut everything open. We have our 1/2-inch spine, and this is what we're working with. I know it looks a little confusing because these pieces aren't glued down well, but I'm gonna go in and glue them down. So when you open it up, this is what you have. This is the inside cover. You got a flap here and here. Here and here and here. This is the center of your signature. Then we come on over here and here, here. Again, you got flaps on either side. You can trim those off if you don't want them or make them more decorative. Again, I would cover this up, but that is it. It looks a little wonky, but once you start covering it and if you clean up the cuts, it's great. And then to put it all together, I put a piece of chipboard in my spine. I'm not going to do that here. Let's just go ahead and glue it down. I'm going to use some Eileen's tacky glue and just go in between each page and add some glue and glue these pieces together so that they don't come apart. Kind of line it up where I folded it at and glue each set of pages together. So here we go. You can also like go in and add a little glue to some of these pieces that are imperfections of the paper bag. Just go ahead and glue those down if you want. So then we put this spine down. That way we don't have to worry about tearing our spine or those pieces coming loose. Everything, all the pages are glued together. So that's it. That is the bag, paper bag journal, ready to go once all of this dries. These pieces can be glued down. I'm gonna glue these down a little better so that they don't lift once I cover them. All of this will be covered. Let's check the other side. You do get a little page creep here in the middle where some of these center pieces stick out a little bit more, but you can always just refold these to reduce that. Okay, I hope you can find a way to use something like that in your crafting, in your journal making. Let me know in the comments if you decide to use it. And don't forget to check out the original video. Thanks for watching, and I'll holler at y'all next time. Bye.